business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Hi, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune into all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
and welcome to Providence Cristo Ray High School for some boys varsity basketball here in just a moment. It's between the Elwood Panthers and the Providence Cristo Ray Wolves. I'm Charlie Harris, joined by John Lester for tonight's coverage. It's going to be very, very exciting, but before we get into our pregame show, let's take you through the sponsors who make tonight's broadcast possible. Starting with Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. With 5 central Indiana locations, Reynolds meets all your equipment, parts, and service needs. Boilermakers Local 374, representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Burtner Electric, spark with confidence, your trusted electrical partner since 1986. Wheeler Mission, helping our neighbors in need since 1893, thanks to generous, caring individuals like you. Morales Group Staffing, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. LifeWise Academy. LifeWise Academy brings Bible education to public school students during school hours. Learn more at lifewise.org. La Una, the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages, safer job sites, and greater opportunity. And last but not least, the IndianaSRN sports page, high school, college, and pro sports coverage. Go to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Well, those are the sponsors, and just a few minutes before Elwood takes on Providence Cristo Ray, I'm Charlie Harris, joined by John Lester, my color commentator tonight. And John, let's start with the Elwood Panthers. They come into this game at 8-11. They're fresh off a overtime loss to Blue River Valley, a 65-63 loss a few days ago. This Elwood program, they are having a lot of success this year. I know their record says 8-11, which when you just look at that, it doesn't look great, but this is a Elwood program that has seen some struggling years recently. The Elwood Panthers, they have not had a 9-win season or more since 2013, and here they are at 8-11, just one win away from having the most wins in a season since 2013. That's 13 years ago. That's a lot of time. So, John, just a lot of great momentum and a lot of growth with Elwood in this program right now.
You were just talking about an 8-11 team, and considering this team was only a 5-win team a season ago, Coach Van Skyhawk has done a great job with this Elwood team, turning them around, and still with 3 games left in the regular season after this one, quite the chance to get over that 8-win hump and possibly get to double-digit wins. That hasn't happened in quite a while either. So Coach Van Skyhawk has this team going in the right direction. In a little bit of a funk now. They've lost 6 of their last 8, but going into this game tonight, you would like to get a little bit of momentum. You got 3 chances left before sectional play starts. Yep. It's a good chance for Elwood to get on the right track once again going into that postseason play.
Yeah, and you mentioned the last couple years. They had a 5-19 year last season, an 8-16 year 2 years ago. And then you look at the last 5-6 years, there were a few 1-win, 2-win seasons. And Elwood to have a record right around 500 is a huge success. And you once again, you look at those last 2 games, a 2-point loss to Blue River Valley in overtime, and then 2 games ago, a 74-70 win against GEO Next Generation. So for Elwood, they've been in some close games as of late, and you got to think that can do well come playoff time.
Absolutely. Playing these close games is only going to be beneficial to you, as you said, going into postseason play. There was a couple games in there. This could easily be a 10-win team right now if you just a couple plays here and there in those other games, and you could easily have a different outcome. I like what Coach Van Skyhawk, is doing with this team, and I'm looking forward to seeing. The first time I've seen Elwood in person this year, I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring out here tonight.
That's a tough name to say, Ryan Van Skyhawk. That's a mouthful there. So we'll do our best with that for this game. On the flip side, we'll talk Providence Cristo Ray, the Wolves, and their keys to success tonight, and in a little bit about their season. Don't go anywhere. It's Elwood and Providence Cristo Ray right here on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School. Let's go to Cristo Rey, their side of things. They come into this home matchup as a 9-10 team, right around 500, very similar to Elwood. You look at their last game, well, it was a dominant win for the Wolves. They beat MTI School of Knowledge 103-29. Now, the competition level may quite not have been there. However, when you see a scoreboard final score of 103-29, that's got to give your team a ton of confidence.
Yeah, Coach Miller had to like what he see you score 103 points in 32 minutes. Obviously, your offense is clicking, and that's what Coach Miller got in that game. And Providence Cristo Rey's had a couple games this year where they've been able to get some offensive rhythm, haven't been able to sustain it on a constant basis. They've been playing real well recently. We were talking about Elwood losing 7 of their last 10. On the other side, Cristo Rey's won 6 of their last 8, so they're trending in the right direction heading into postseason play.
Yeah, just for Cristo Rey, they just have 2 more games until the playoffs. So, like you just said, John, winning 6 of your last 8 games, that means you're playing great. You're playing great basketball at the right time heading into postseason play. And if you're a head coach, if you're on the coaching staff, that is exactly what you want, to see your team starting to play well on a consistent level here as the regular season winds down.
Yeah, with going into it's very important for them to sustain this as well, going into that postseason play here for Coach Miller and this Cristo Rey team. See if they can sustain it.
So Providence Cristo Rey 9-10, and they host Elwood, standing at 8-11. 2 teams with similar records, and we'll send it to the national anthem. We'll be back in a moment.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School. The Wolves host the Panthers here in a couple minutes, and for Providence Cristo Rey, like we mentioned, fresh off a 103-29 win, a season high in points over MTI School of Knowledge. On the year for Cristo Rey, they average around 55 points per game. They give up around 57 points per game. So they're pretty consistent on both sides of the ball, defensively, offensively, similar numbers on both ends of the ball, but you want to get that defensive number down a little more, especially in the playoffs.
57, a little bit high for Cristo Rey, what they're giving up. So, yes, you definitely want to get that number a little bit down for Cristo Rey. If they can do that, sustain their offense, and I like what I've seen out of a couple of their players. This is the second game I've done with Cristo Rey this year. If they can get the balance that I've seen earlier in this year, I think they've got a good chance here tonight.
And for Cristo Rey as a program, they have also similar to Elwood, they have really started to turn things around. Now, Elwood, they haven't had 9 wins in a season since 2013. Cristo Rey, not quite down in the dumps in that manner. But you look 2 years ago for Cristo Rey, in 2023, they were 1-21. And then you look at last year, a 19-8 season. And then here today, they're 9-10, a game below 500. So this is another program that is really starting to turn things around and build a winning culture.
Trending in the right direction. And like I say, I like what Scott Miller's doing with this team in Cristo Rey, and they're starting to, as the seasons went on, they've started to get more balance. They've started to play more together. They had a little bit of a turnover issue but in the beginning of the year, but when you're a new team, that's going to happen. He's finally getting them playing some good basketball here at the end of the season.
And it's just about time for the starting lineups, starting with Elwood and the Panthers. You see them all huddled up there on their away bench, getting ready to start this thing. And let's see who it is. It starts with number 10 for Elwood. And then you have number 14, Blaise Jones. Blaise Jones, number 14, a sophomore. There's number 15. We'll look at number 30, Corbin Leavell. And number 34, Connor Wooten. That's the away starting lineups. And then here are your home starters for Cristo Rey. As you pan to the other side, the home crowd starting to get into this. And you see them all huddled up, just about ready to get going. Just 2 more games for Cristo Rey until the playoffs, and they're going to want to make this one count against what should be a competitive game. 2 teams, like we mentioned, right around 500. 2 teams trying to play the right style here in the late stages of the regular season. There's number 10, Brian Parker Jr. getting the start for Cristo Rey. And number 12, Savion Mahmoud. And a look at number 13, the big fella. That's Aiden Martinez. And 2 more starters. There's number 4, the point guard, Keandre Wingo. And lastly, it's going to be number 24, Taviar Duerson. So what I have seen from Cristo Rey, I have seen a few 3-minute video segments of some highlights of their previous games. They're a team that has a lot of success down low in the paint, and you got to think for Cristo Rey, it's important to get high percentage looks at the rim, especially to start this game.
Looking at the sizes of these 2 teams, you figure Providence is probably going to try to go more inside tonight against this Elwood team. They do have a little bit of a size advantage inside, it looks like. So look for a little bit of that inside game, a lot more than inside game for Providence Cristo Rey tonight.
And both sides at the center circle, just about ready from Cristo Rey High School. And the officials blowing his whistle, getting ready. Here we are. It's Aiden Martinez winning the tip, and the Wolves start with the basketball. Here is Keandre Wingo to cross half court and open this offense. Quickly, it's in the paint to Martinez. Martinez fades away and sinks a beautiful jump shot from about 13 feet away. That's not an easy shot, and he was all net with it. Awfully comfortable possession. Back the other way, it's a block shot. That one blocked. Blaise Jones misses. Quickly the other way, and an out-of-bounds call.
That was a great play defensively there for Elwood to stop the fast break. Just unfortunately couldn't stay in bounds there. What I'd like to see out of Elwood tonight is we talk about this is a team that averages 45 points a game. Gallegos and Schuler combined for 32 of those. I think Elwood's going to have to get a little bit more production tonight.
Martinez misses the jump shot off the catch. And here come the Panthers. Quick pull-up jumper, too strong. That one missed by Corbin Level. And Cristo Ray grabs the miss. And they work their offense here. Cutting in the lane, losing the handle, and that's a turnover. Elwood's got the ball now. It's going to be, you're exactly right, important for Elwood to have not just Schuler be the go-to guy, but have a plethora of players to go and score for you. Nice cut to the lane and a good pass, but can't grab it. It was Jackson Gordon who cannot control that pass. It would have been a high-quality look right at the rim. But for Elwood in this offense, still no production thus far. Thought about a three.
Surprised he passed that up there.
Back to Martinez. Martinez gets it back around the perimeter to his teammate, and the Wolves will slow it back down. It's up to Keandre Wingo, left alone. Passes to his left. The Wolves trying to get a pass inside the paint here. Here's a pull-up jump shot that misses off the hands of Brian Parker Jr. Fight for the loose ball, and Elwood comes up with it.
A little bit of a sluggish offensive start both sides here.
Already a few turnovers for Elwood. More turnovers than shot attempts. Here's a wide open look, just missing. Connor Wooten missed the right elbow J.
Providence Cristo Ray being a little bit more patient than I anticipated.
Back on the drive in the lane and rewarded with a foul is Brian Parker Jr. So Parker Jr. will head to the free throw line for 2 shots, and he was rewarded because he took it strong to the rim. You know, he didn't settle for a jump shot there.
Get those inside looks, and, yeah, if you can do that, you're going to be able to get fouls called like right there.
Parker lines up the first free throw and doesn't get a friendly bounce. It looked like it was about to drop down. Today's game brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give us a call today at 317-849-0810. Reynolds Farm Equipment. Parker Jr. sinks the second free throw, and he goes 1 of 2 at the line.
Cristo Ray throwing a little bit of press right there.
Elwood to circle the perimeter. Still no score for Elwood offensively. There's an air ball, but it's right to the hands of Connor Wooten, and Wooten lays in the wide-open layup. And Elwood is now on the scoreboard, 3-2 the score. Over 3 minutes played in this first quarter, and John, it kind of feels like both sides still warming up the competition and the intensity in this one.
Kind of feeling each other out right now, just kind of working that offense, and a few turnovers on each side as well, though, offensively.
Yeah, you got to think it's important for both sides to take care of the ball because you're right, we have seen a few turnovers for both sides. So, you know, both teams trying to really get into their offense. We haven't seen many comfortable possessions just yet, but we'll see what Cristo Ray comes with here. The Wolves have done a better job at taking their time and not forcing anything. They don't look very rushed right now. They're kind of just working it around until they find an open lane. And there's an open lane for Wingo, but Wingo misses off the right side and a foul called on the rebound. So a good take to the rack for Keandre Wingo, not settling for a jump shot, but trying to take it all the way to the rim. Just didn't get the shot off the glass the way he wanted to. One field goal for both sides through the first 4 minutes of action. look in the paint, couple of pump fakes, and intercepted in the hands of Keandre Wingo, who's screaming down the floor. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell, one dribble, go up strong for an and one. Aiden Martinez, check it. Not Aiden Mitchell. Aiden Martinez to the free throw line. He's got a quick 4 points.
Yeah, great job there by Martinez, getting loose underneath the basket and getting the hoop and the harm. Like what I've seen out of him offensively so far.
Fighting through contact, and it's clear for Cristo Ray. They're looking to get him the ball in the paint. Can he knock down the free throw? He can. So a 3-point play for Aiden Martinez, who's got a quick 5 points. And, John, there's that press. Elwood breaks it, but can they settle into their offense?
Great job getting back after the press for Cristo Ray.
Ball left side for 3, and it's missed by the Panthers. An open look in the corner just did not go down. Here's a quick shot from Martinez. He misses. Offensive board is stripped, and it's in the hands of Elwood. Here's Corbin Level all the way inside for 2 points.
Good job there for Level. You gotta get. It's even though it's early, you kind of got the feeling that was a needed basket there for Elwood. They've been shut down so far.
So a 2-point game, 6-4. The Wolves lead the Panthers. Parker Jr. wide open. He's got 3. 4 points in the game for Brian Parker Jr., and that's the first triple of the evening. Oh, that one's stuffed. Denied by Tavier Dorson. Just swatted that out of bounds. That one didn't have a chance of getting in the air.
Yeah, Dorson doing the job right there and getting a major rejection at the other end.
So it seems like Providence, Cristo Ray, they have some good defensive intensity, making Elwood really work for even to get a shot off here.
I like what I'm seeing defensively. They are right on these Elwood players.
5-point game. Here's a screen, and the pull-up jumper won't go through because he lost control as he went up. And there's a quick turnover. And another quick turnover. It was Jackson Gordon who caught it and traveled immediately.
Cristo Ray caught a break right there with that turnover. That was a little bit too quick on the pad. That was a situation where I think Cristo Ray maybe needed to be a little bit more patient that time.
Inbounded to Martinez. He finds Dorson. Dorson, tough angle, and he's rewarded with a foul. So Tavier Dorson to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Right as we were saying at the beginning, you're seeing Cristo Ray going inside against this Elwood team. They're getting success so far.
Today's game brought to you by BD Insurance, a company which understands your industry and what's on the line for you. Call Lance at 812-522-5640. That's 812-522-5640. BD Insurance. And that time, Dorson knocks down the free throw. So 11-4. Good job at the free throw line for Cristo Ray thus far. Quick three-pointer. It's missed off to the right, and Dorson's there for cleanup.
Elwood now just 2 of 8 from the floor.
Let's see if Cristo Ray can add to their lead, and commanding 11-4 lead with 6 minutes played. And a foul called on the catch against Elwood. It's tough to guard Tavier Dorson right now. Even when he's not shooting the ball, Elwood trying to make it tough for him to have a lane in the paint, and that brings a sub in for Elwood. It's Keegan Davenport checking into the game for the Panthers.
Yeah, Wooten picking up 2 quick fouls there, so having to go to the bench.
Struggling to find a man. They find Dorson, but not before a 5-second call. And Elwood, their defense forces a turnover, a much-needed one.
That seemed like an awful quick 5 seconds.
I agree. But if you're Elwood, you'll take it. Under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Here's that press. Elwood takes care of it, and it's now in the lane. Pump fake. Davenport misses off the glass, fighting for an offensive rebound, but can't grab it. Noah Capshaw almost saved the possession, and the officials actually signaled was last touched by Cristo Ray, so they do retain possession.
Elwood struggling on some shots inside. You got to convert those close ones.
Three-pointer in the corner. It's left short off the hands of Corbin Level, and it's a fast break lay-in for Keandre Wingo. Screaming down the floor, and it is now a timeout. A timeout called by Elwood. Their head coach, Scott Miller, doesn't like what he's seeing, and I believe that is a 30-second timeout. So, John, 13-4 the score. It's Elwood offensively. They've struggled to get into their offense because of Providence and their defense. They've just ramped up the intensity here.
Yeah, Elwood shooting 2 for 10, but as you just said, you can credit the Cristo Ray defense. They are playing phenomenally. Elwood is getting no easy shots right now, and the Cristo Ray defense is buckling down and making it very, very difficult for Elwood, forcing an early timeout here.
So if you're Elwood, you're trailing 13-4, and you know the defense you're going up against now. Those first 2 minutes or so is kind of a feeling out process, but now Elwood knows what they're up against. But how can you attack this Providence defense here?
Good question. I mean, it seems like no matter what they're doing, Providence is just a step ahead defensively right now. Looks like I got a wet spot on the floor here.
We got the paper towels out there.
Yeah, no, Elwood, it just seems like they're a step, Cristo Ray's a step ahead right now, and so they're going to have to take this quarter break here and figure out, we've got to do, this is not working, so let's see if we see a little bit of a change.
And we've seen Providence, they've had a few scorers get on the board. It hasn't been any one guy. We've seen Keandre Wingo with a couple of layups. We've seen Brian Parker Jr. knock down a triple, and then Aiden Martinez, he's got some points. There's the fast break to last bucket for Providence. That's Keandre Wingo going all the way down the floor. And, John, that can also kickstart an offense. When you can feed off of fast break, easy layups, that also makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Again, that fast break right there, and if you can continue to force these turnovers, which Cristo Ray's forced 5 of already here in the first quarter, if you can continue to do that, you're looking pretty good right now, and so far we're seeing a 9-point lead here.
So $1:30 before the end of this first quarter. Elwood needs some points on the board. They're down by 9. Just 2 field goals for the Panthers, and they will inbound from the near side. It'll be Noah Capshaw, the freshman, to inbound. And it looks like the players now starting to dry this court up a little on that far side.
I don't know if something extra condensation over there. I'm not sure what's going on that one
Someone
side.
spilled a Gatorade in the huddle. Or someone just sweating way too much. And they got all hands on deck now. Do we need to go out there?
I was going to say, might bring on big guns. Why not?
I think we need to go out there.
Maybe we'll send our camera guy
Thacker
down.
You got us, Thacker. Can you go help him out there? Hope Thacker can hear us. And here we go, back to basketball after the lengthy 30-second timeout. Tough shot, but it goes down. It's Blaze Jones, the sophomore, who, with 2 defenders in the air, somehow spun that shot in.
That's one of those shots if you're a coach saying, no, and then, oh, yeah.
Exactly. But Elwood will take it, a much-needed bucket, and I believe we just witnessed a turnover or an offensive foul of some sort. An offensive foul against Providence. So Elwood, they'll take the ball down the length of the floor here with 1:13 to play.
Looked like they got Dewerson on that foul there.
So here we go, 13-6. Elwood trying for a late push in the final stages of this first quarter. It's tipped away by Wingo, back in the hands of Elwood, and they're looking to attack the paint. Oh, it's killed! Dorson stuffs that basketball and disrupted last touch by Elwood. There's Dorson's second block tonight. Both of them awfully loud blocks.
Emphatic block right there for Dorson. And then credit, though, Elwood. Looked like they had an easy fast break off the block. Credit Elwood for getting back the way they did defensively.
Totally. Transition defense. We saw those fast breaks from Providence earlier, but that time Elwood's defense doesn't allow a fast break layup. So now under a minute, And Providence would like a timeout to draw up a play. It will be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep this right here. The last 30-second timeout turned into about a 2.5-minute timeout. But for Providence, you give up that, I don't want to call it a lucky basket from Blaze Jones, but Blaze Jones got that tough shot to go down. But if you're Providence, you still feel good about where your team's at right now.
You knew feel good. You saw the timeout here. Coach wasn't happy about something, the way he was calling that emphatic timeout. So I don't know if he was upset with the setup or something, but still 6 points, giving up only 6 points in the first quarter. You've got to be pleased right now.
Today's game brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication across Indiana. Whether it's a new build, upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Local 374 to get the job done right the first time. It's Boilermakers Local 374. So back to basketball. Under a minute now. Cristo Rey leads 13-6, and let's see this play out of the huddle.
Cristo Rey is going to be very patient here toward the end of the first quarter. Play for the perfect shot.
It's Aiden Martinez battling for position down low. Let's see if they go to him as this clock winds down. 25 seconds left. Clock now towards 20, and let's see if Providence starts to get into their offense. They find the cutting Parker Jr., who lays in the and one. Impressive finish through contact and a beautiful kiss off the glass.
Boy, that was a great shot by Parker when drawing the contact as well, and now going to the free throw line, trying to make this a double-digit lead here.
This is a tough finish. Let's see if he can make it a three-point play. Brian Parker Jr., a three-pointer earlier. I believe he's up to 7 points or so now. 5 or 7 points, something along those lines. But a few buckets already for Parker Jr. And the three-point play is up and good. So 16-6, a 10-point lead. And Elwood has to break this press. Ball near side. Now it's tipped away in the hands of Cristo Rey. Martinez brings it down. 7 seconds. It's Wingo crossing half court. Passes to Martinez. He pump fakes. 2 seconds in the lane. And the finish doesn't go down. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Providence Cristo Rey leads 16-6 over Elwood. Back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Today's game brought to you by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have been trusted partners for inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation. Ride with us. Call today at 317-396-1023. It's Piper Logistics, a sponsor for IndianaSRN. Back to basketball. The second quarter just about to begin. It's Elwood to start with the ball, and John, you said it at the break, but Elwood just as many points as they do turnovers.
Yeah, 6.6 turnovers, not a good first quarter, and 3 for 11 shooting for Elwood. They're going to have to find some kind of offense here.
Baseline jump shot off the left side of the rim. Offensive board and put back. It goes down. It's Jake Bell, the senior, for cleanup there. So a bucket to start the second quarter for Elwood. Picked up the dribble, far side. They find Wingo. Wingo down low. Back to Parker Jr. And they'll reset back at the top of the key.
Cristo right now being very, very patient on the offensive end.
And that's a sign of a well-coached team. When you don't feel like you have to try to score at every moment, when you slow it down, that's a good sign. And this ball blocked out of bounds. Nolan Robinson last touched it.
Credit Elwood's defense. They're what's keeping them in this game right now. Elwood's made some good defensive plays here.
So ball inbounded underneath. The inbound to Martinez. He tries the long ball, and it just rattles out. It was an open look, just did not go down. And now Elwood an opportunity. Ball deep in the corner, pump fake. And they'll work it back up top. It's important for Elwood to limit turnovers, especially when you take long possessions. You don't want them to come up empty, and that layup just doesn't get the bounce. So close for Noah Capshaw, just doesn't get it to drop through.
About the third layup missed in this first half for Elwood. Those are shots you got to put those in. If you're underneath the basket, get a good look like that.
Yeah, good look and a good sign for Elwood in their offense. Going towards the rim, just can't get that shot to fall. Wingo gets a screen, goes left and lays it in. Nice job. That was actually Dalen Bullock who laid that shot in. A pretty runner with the right hand, and the lead's back up to 10. Now on the drive. Pressure comes, and it's thrown off the rim. The rebound, no. And Elwood retains possession. Open shooter for three. It rolls off. And finally, Cristo Ray has control. Here's Wingo, who steps out of bounds. So Elwood, a couple of offensive rebounds there, but no basket to show for it.
They have the lid on the basket on that end right now for Elwood. Just cannot get these shots to go down. But getting some decent looks.
Trying to cut into this deficit. Over 2 minutes played in the second quarter. Ball underneath, tipped away, staying with the Panthers, though. So Elwood not necessarily hunting for jump shots. They're hunting for looks in the paint right now. But it's tough on this Providence defense.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see Elwood trying to get in the paint. They're a little bit of a size disadvantage tonight.
Tough shot, right side, won't go. Another offensive board, but they can't corral it. And it's Wingo going down the floor, dumps to his teammates. And that's Savion Mahmoud who puts in the layup. So now Providence up to their biggest lead of the night, up by 12 points.
This is almost approaching. I know we're still in the first half, but it's almost approaching danger time for Elwood. You cannot let this lead get any further than what it is right now. That was almost another turnover.
You got to think these next couple sequences for Elwood are going to be really important. If you let this game get to a 15, 16-point deficit, then you're in deep waters. But you need to try to get this to a 7, 8-point game here soon to stay within striking distance. Foul call, and it's a push, a blocking foul against Providence.
First foul we've seen here in the second quarter.
It's against Nolan Robinson, the sophomore charged with the foul, and Elwood will inbound from under the basket. It was actually on Dalen Bullock. Layup goes down, though. There's number 13, Noah Capshaw, who did not get the friendly bounce a couple possessions ago, but that time he does, and it's a 10-point game. So a big basket, keep it at a 10-point deficit, but now Elwood going to need some stops here with 4.5 to play. Three-pointer in the corner, it's airballed. It looked like a swish. It really did, but it was left short. And
nice pass.
Pass underneath, but doesn't go down. Jake Bell misses with the right hand right at the rim. And a foul called on the drive. It's Noah Capshaw charged with the foul.
But my goodness, another missed layup for Elwood. That's about 4 missed layups. They could have themselves about a 4 for 6 point game right now.
Aiden Martinez comes back in the game for Providence. You know, if Elwood, if they've knocked down 2 or 3 more of those layups, this could be a 4-point game. Martinez dribbles into heavy traffic, and he's fouled on the way up. So Martinez to head to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Oh, I like what I saw out of Martinez. They're drawing almost a triple team, but still having the strength to go inside like that and draw the foul.
Today's game also brought to you by Dynamark Graphics Group. Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark builds strong relationships through exceptional service. Call Dynamark Graphics Group today at 317-328-2555. Martinez knocks down the free throw, and a 12-point lead with 4 minutes left. That ball deflected out of bounds, but it stays with Elwood.
Again, Providence, Cristo Ray putting up that press. It's created a little bit of problems for Elwood.
You feel like that press is just disrupting their rhythm on offense. They finally cross half court, but they're in traffic. And that one just completely lost by Jake Bell. Not deflected by anyone, but off his own hands. And Jake Bell would love to have that one back.
Yeah, that's passed right to you, just unable to come down with it, and that's turnover number 7 for Elwood. Only the first here in the second quarter, though. They've done a little bit better job of ball control here in the second quarter.
Still trying to find consistent offense here. 3 minutes, 45 seconds until halftime. Cristo Ray, a commanding 12-point lead, and they nearly lose control, but they'll stay with it. They'll circle the perimeter. Once again, almost lose it, but Brian Parker finds Martinez. He's in the paint. Kick out Parker. He's looking to drive. He's fouled on the drive as he went towards the baseline. So a foul called with 3:19 on the clock. A blocking foul. And the Wolves not quite in the bonus, so they'll still have to inbound. Here's Bullock on the shot and fouled immediately. Dalen Bullock caught it, shot it, and was fouled. Almost had the and one, but he'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yep. Not only we're seeing Providence, Cristo Ray go inside, now they're starting to get in Elwood into a little bit of foul trouble here in the first half.
Another sponsor, Riskwork. We make people feel safe. At Riskwork, we protect your business. You live safe, we've got it covered. Call Riskwork today at 317-379-6755. So a couple of subs come in for Elwood. And that second free throw too strong.
Only second miss from the free throw line tonight for Cristo Ray, 8 of 10.
That's another good sign, especially come playoff time, right? When you have the ability to make free throws, especially in tight games. Free throws matter so much. As that jumper is buried for Elwood. It's Noah Capshaw who's got a few points tonight, and he sinks the jump shot. So a good sign seeing Elwood score in a jump shot manner, and it's going to be a turnover. An offensive foul called against Providence. So 2:45 to play. Elwood, a chance to kind of claw back in this game before halftime. You got to feel like, John, this is a big opportunity these next couple possessions.
Yeah, Elwood, I mean, despite their offensive struggles, you're only down 11. Your defense has kept you in it. So if they can get some, almost a turnover there. If they can get some good shots, and if they can start getting these shots to fall, they can get right back in this.
It's in the paint, and it's shot right side, but a foul called before the shot, I believe. It's a shame because it was such a high-quality look for Connor Wooten, but it will not count.
The NBA, you'd get that call.
Yeah, you would. In the lane, but that one does go. Blaze Jones, the layup, driving on the baseline. So a 9-point game. with over 2 minutes to play.
Let you see, quick 4-0 run here for Elwood with a couple good baskets here.
Corner 3 doesn't roll down. Awfully close for a triple that would have made it sting for Elwood, but Elwood, they love that miss, and they're going to try to add to this scoring run. Ball deep in the corner, in some trouble. And now cutting inside, shooting, grabbing the miss, and back up. The follow-through drops for Jackson Gordon. And a 6-0 run for Elwood, trying to make this maybe, who knows, a 4-point game with around 90 seconds to play.
Doing just what they need to. Go on a run here, getting yourself right back in this here at halftime.
Parker Jr. kicks it back out. The official signal a travel. Parker Jr. traveled in the paint, and so Elwood really starting to be on a roll now.
And that's 7 turnovers themselves on Cristo Ray now in the half.
So for Providence, Aiden Martinez comes back in the game. Minute 20 to go. Here's a shot at the rim that's blocked and last touched by Elwood. So a tough shot that doesn't go for Blaze Jones. But another look in the paint. Here's a cross-court pass all the way to Martinez. Tries the fading jump shot, misses. And there's Wooten there to grab the miss.
Now Cristo Ray, the team's gone a little bit cold from the field.
Here's a kick out. Triple. Gordon tries it. He airballed it. But there's a flying rebound from Capshaw, the freshman, who came out of no man's land and puts it in after the miss. So an 8-0 run for Elwood to close this first half. Now just a 5-point game with 40 seconds.
And you kind of sense the momentum shifting in Elwood's direction here at the end of the first half.
Providence needing a basket now. It's Keandre Wingo who finds Bullock. Bullock with 20 seconds will start the offense.
I'm going to run down for one shot here, looks like.
That'd be the smart decision. Now 10 seconds. Let's see if they go now. Here's Wingo with 5 seconds. They get it to Martinez, 3 seconds. Ball in the corner. They got a hoist. They will, and it's off the backboard. That's how the first half concludes. Providence leading 23-18. But John, Elwood, they closed the half on an 8-0 scoring run.
A great job for 8-0 run. They got themselves right back in this game, and a big key, they cut down those turnovers in the second quarter, protected the ball a lot better, forced some turnovers themselves, and we got a ball game here at halftime.
Yeah, so a 5-point game at half. If you're Elwood going to the locker room, what do you think could be the message? You mentioned how they're starting to take care of the ball, but what can they do for the final 16 minutes to come back?
You saw there at the end of the first half, I had made the comment, I was kind of surprised to see them go inside, but it seems to have worked because that's where they got their run there, the 8-0 run. So maybe you want to keep that inside game going, maybe try to get Providence Cristo Ray into some foul trouble, and that inside game's word. Let's see, might as well stick with it and see what happens if you're Elwood.
And if you're Cristo Ray, a stagnant offense the last few minutes, you started the game so strong, especially defensively. You really saw them take it to Elwood with physical defense down low, but not as much the last 5 minutes.
And if you know those last 2 or 3 possessions for Cristo Ray in the first half, I know they were being patient at the beginning, but those last 3 or 4 possessions at the end of the first half, it looked like they were maybe too patient. They were trying to they were just being a little bit too patient, kind of going into that staggering, what I call towards the end of the game, just kind of the not to lose. And so they got a little bit too patient, so they might want to try and attack offensively a little bit more like they were doing in the first quarter.
And lastly, for Providence, well, they have a size advantage over Elwood. They're bigger than Elwood. They have more size. You have Brian Parker Jr. He's a taller guy. Aiden Martinez got going, and then Tavier Dorson, who you see him hobbled right there on your screen. Unsure his issue, but not a good sign. But for Providence, they just have so much size with Martinez, who made an impression in the first quarter. He started to go quiet, but if you're Providence, you need to rely on that size, don't you think?
You go and size, go inside. You got Elwood into a little bit of foul trouble. Like I said, they look like they started to try to more rely on the outside, be a little bit more patient on the outside. If you're Providence Cristo Rey, yeah, you've got to go back inside. That's what was working for you in that first quarter that built you that 12-point lead. I think you're going to have to go back to that inside game.
Today's game brought to you by Laborers International Union of North America. It's LIUNA. We're the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages and benefits, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. We are LIUNA, and we'll send it to a break. We'll be back in a moment for halftime coverage between Elwood and Providence Cristo Rey.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV, and honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with on-demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
Welcome back, everybody. At the half, it is Providence Cristo Rey leading Elwood 23-18. As we saw in that second quarter, Elwood get back in the game as they closed that second quarter on an 8-0 run and got back in it defensively as they held Providence Cristo Rey to 7 points in that second quarter, as Providence Cristo Rey's shooting has went stone cold to get Elwood back in this ball game. As Charlie joins us once again, and we're just talking about Providence Cristo Rey getting stagnant there, and talking about Elwood getting back in the ball game there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, for Cristo Rey, you feel that, they started the game so strong, attacking the paint, but defensively is where their presence was felt. But as the first half concluded, they just didn't have that same intensity that we saw. So here out of halftime, though, you feel like out of halftime to start the third quarter, that's where a lot of games are won. When you kind of you really take it to the opponent, you come out of halftime with a message in your head from your coach, and you really want to get after it here in the third quarter.
I think this first 4 minutes of this third quarter is going to be a telling sign of where this game's going to go. I think this is going to be the big key of this second half, is this first 4 minute segment of this third quarter.
So Elwood at one point, they trailed by 13 points. They went on an 8-0 scoring run for the final 4 minutes or so. So Elwood, some success down low, but also you feel like if you're the Elwood Panthers, you're going to need to find some success from 3 as well. You don't want to rely on the 3-point shot, but to have some shooting to lead in a comeback is also going to be important for Elwood.
Yeah, they haven't hit a three-pointer all half. I do expect them to try to get a little bit more outside game going, as well as combine with that inside game that worked there to get them back in the ball game there in the first half. But I do think they're going to have to get some outside shooting going. They only attempted 2 3-pointers in that first half, so they went more with the inside game. I think you might see that and try to get balanced a little bit more here in the second half.
And for Cristo Rey, you got to feel like just simplify the game. Get the ball to your playmakers, get it to the big guys, and don't overcomplicate your offense, right?
And yes, and this is going to sound confusing, and I think you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. Be patient offensively like you were at the early stages in the first half, but don't be too patient like we saw there at the end of the second quarter, because they got a little bit out of rhythm there, it looked like. And Elwood did pick up the defense, so credit Elwood for some of that, the way they picked up the defense in the second quarter. But if you're Cristo Ray, you're a little bit too, I don't know if lackadaisical is the right word, but they just got a little bit too uneasy, just too very patient. And so maybe not want to be quite that way here in the second half and go back to the way you were in the first half and try and go back inside like they were doing where they're having their success.
So Cristo Ray, a 5-point lead. At one point they led by 13, but still 16 minutes to add to this lead and play their brand of basketball, which is physical. So we'll see if the Wolves can get back to their physical ways. We're back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
Today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. So halftime for these two teams. I'm Charlie Harris, joined by John Lester, and the playoffs right around the corner, aren't they?
It's hard to believe that the pairing show is a week from tomorrow. It seems like this season has just flown by. And this is one of these seasons, normally at this part of the year, when you're looking at each class, you've got a pretty good idea of who you think is going to be probably playing in Gainbridge there at the end of the season for the state final. I think this is as wide open in all four classes as we have seen in a long, long time. You've got several teams in each class that are very, very capable of making a run to Indianapolis this year.
And it also makes it exciting when the playoffs is potentially that wide open. Every team feels like they have a shot to go take it all. So it's not a big gap in skill between these teams in these different classes. So going to be a fun playoffs, no doubt.
Most definitely. Yeah, we've already seen some exciting games on the girls' side, and we've got the boys here, as I said, pairing show next Sunday, and then a couple weeks later it starts. So I think we're going to have it's going to be just as exciting on the boys' side this year as we've seen in the girls.
It's going to be a lot of fun. 2 games left on the regular season for Cristo Ray. They're looking for a home win here against Elwood, a 5-point lead out of halftime, and we are underway for the second half of action. And it's Cristo Ray to start with the basketball. Right now in the hands of Keandre Wingo. Now to Dalen Bullock, who will initiate the offense. Here's Wingo near side. And trying to find a crease to away inside the paint.
We saw a lot of man defense for Elwood. Looks like they're throwing a little zone in here right now.
Bullock from 3. He misses short off the right side of the rim, and Elwood a strong defensive rebound there.
A good start for Elwood defensively here in the second half. See if they can build on that momentum run here at first half.
A triple doesn't go down for Corbin Level. It was off the dribble, a tough angle, but they're starting to hunt for that three-point shot. Both sides open up the third quarter with a three-point attempt. And they're trying. Aiden Martinez is trying to fight for a position in the paint, but his teammate's not getting him the ball right now. Here's a drive and a foul called on the drive as Savion Mahmoud took it strong to the rim. Officials actually call it offensive.
Yeah, I think they're saying Mahmoud threw that arm out, I think is what's being called there. That's foul number 3 on Mahmoud here.
So 2 empty possessions for Providence. Cristo Ray, a missed 3 and a turnover. Elwood 2 stops out of the gate here in the second half. Let's see if their offense can go to work. Ball's in the lane, and it's put right through. That time Jackson Gordon with a nice layup.
Got ourselves a 3-point game here.
I guess you can call it an extended 10-0 run for Elwood now. Providence really needs some offense. Now it's Martinez with it. Up top, he's stripped. It's Wooten. He's got it. Double teamed, and it rolls out of bounds off his own body. And when you hear footsteps coming right behind you, it's hard to pick that ball up and score there.
You know that's what happened because there was a double team coming, and Wooten, I think, lost his concentration there, and unfortunately for him, it went off his hands out of bounds.
You know, even if he did shoot that, there's a good chance that thing would have been blocked.
That would have been blocked, yeah.
So Providence still looking to score here. And turned over. Elwood's got it. So a rough start to the second half for Providence. Pump fake. Wooten, and he is blocked that time. Good strong take to the rim. And Elwood retains possession.
A good rejection there to stop what looked like was going to be an easy layup there for Elwood.
Ball tipped loose, and it's turned over again. That time it's it's Savion Mahmoud.
Coach rolling the dice, leaving him in with 3 fouls, and he makes a good defensive play.
Parker calling for a screen, and he'll work it back out. They'll find the big fella Martinez, and Cristo Ray would like a timeout. Ryan Van Skyok, the head coach, wants to talk things over. Didn't like what he was seeing from his team. It's a 30-second timeout, and that can bring us to a sponsor read. Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect for game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and court. Do your part. Practice good sportsmanship. No officials, no game. It's Officially Human, a proud sponsor of IndianaSRN. So, Providence, similar story to the end of that first half, just stagnant offensively now.
Yeah, if you go back to the first half, I think you're going on about 6 minutes of game time since Providence Cristo Ray has scored here. So they're in a serious offensive slump right now.
Let's see if they can get out of it. The lead only at 3 points now. And Cristo Ray does have the ball. So let's see what they come out with offensively. Really needing a basket. And you gotta wonder, John, just throw the ball in the paint to your big guy.
At this point, yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be because they're not getting anything on the outside.
Martinez looks to drive, picks up the dribble, and what a shot. Aiden Martinez, Michael Jordan-esque, but a beautiful athletic finish at the rim to end the scoring drought.
It's 9 points for Martinez, too. 2 big ones there for Cristo Ray.
Just jumping all over the place. And Wooten is blocked by Martinez. And the Wolves with some momentum. It's Bullock in the lane. No. Martinez, though, yes. So Aiden Martinez filling up the stat sheet now.
A good timeout there for Cristo Ray. A 4-0 spurt out of that timeout.
7-point ball game. Over 3.5 played this third quarter. Wide open triple for Elwood. It's airballed. Wooten's there for the rebound, but it's another block for Aiden Martinez.
This is his 3rd block of the quarter for Martinez.
Leads to an open triple. Doesn't go down. Martinez, though, the offensive board. Here's Bullock for 3. Yes! Dalen Bullock from 3-point territory, and it's now up to a 10-point game. And Elwood would like a timeout. It started off slow for Providence, but they've started to get going. A couple buckets, and with the Wolves on a 7-0 run. We're back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
So Providence starting to get rolling now. A couple of pretty finishes and some nice defense. Stuffing some Elwood shots as of late. 4:01 on the clock for this third quarter, and Elwood in some trouble. Ball's wide open. Three-pointer on the way, and it's hit just the backboard.
Well, he thought about that shot too long. Just go up with it when you get it.
Bullock the floater, and he misses. Elwood's got the rebound.
Elwood still without a three-point shot tonight.
And they're looking up the floor. Ball tipped away. Last touch by Elwood. It's Providence ball.
So now we're seeing the Cristo Ray defend. The good offense leads to good defense.
Yeah.
And now we've seen some defensive stops.
Here's a Wingo across the floor to Bullock. Bullock to take it around the perimeter. Finds an open guy. Back to Bullock. Bullock in the lane. Mahmoud is blocked. Fight for the ball. Elwood's got it. They're going to look up the floor. A layup miss, point blank. Point blank miss by Noah Capshaw. And John, just another miss right around the rim.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 layups missed tonight for Elwood. You've got to convert those, especially on the fast break like that.
So 3 to play now this third quarter. Providence starting to find their groove on both sides. Parker Jr. the drive and a foul. Parker Jr. is doing a good job of attacking the rim tonight and getting fouled, so a chance for 2 points for Providence. And I look at that last Aiden Martinez, Michael Jordan-esque layup, then that, John, really got the scoring run going for Providence.
That's what started. Yeah, that kind of switched the momentum back offensively. That great layup there for Martinez as they ran out 5 after that.
And you talk about free throw shooting. Providence, Cristo Ray, awfully good at the free throw line tonight. 31-20. Providence leads. Today's game brought to you by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent, proudly representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today at 317-894-7000 for coverage tomorrow. It's Family Source Insurance.
Yeah, the free throw disparity, 10 for 12 now at the line for Cristo Ray. Elwood has not been to the line all night.
Trouble with the press break here. Elwood got across the timeline. They do so. And they're going to go up, but not before a slip and a fall and a travel. It was Blaze Jones hitting the deck right as he tried to go up for the shot. An unfortunate turnover there. They broke the press, got it to the rim, but just slipped.
I think that was more of a situation. Jones saw there were 2 defenders there. I don't think he saw that second defender, and then got himself a little worried there and unfortunately slipped and traveled.
So the biggest lead of the game has been a 13-point lead for Providence, and now it's at 12. So a bucket here would put them at their biggest lead of the night with 2.5 to play in this third quarter. Wingo back to Bullock. Bullock, a pretty crossover. The float shot rattles out. It was a good look, just couldn't get it to fall. And here comes Elwood with a quick turnover. They find Mahmoud. Mahmoud to take it around, finds Wingo near side, and Wingo traveled. He moved without dribbling the ball, and you can't do that.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little bit too much there. Got himself a little excited and shuffled his feet there. Both teams now 10 turnovers.
So the second quarter, it ended with an Elwood 8-0 run. Let's see if Elwood can claw back for the final minute 50 of this third quarter. John, we mentioned at halftime that the first 4 minutes of the third quarter could be a deciding factor. And, well, in the first 4 minutes, we saw a Providence 7-0 run.
Yeah, 7-0 run, and Elwood has been on a scoring drought themselves about 3.5 minutes now.
Triple left side and too long. Fight for the board. Elwood's got it. They'll try the putback, and it doesn't fall. Another rebound and a foul called on the way up. This, I believe, is a shooting foul, so Elwood, I think, will have 2 free throws here. And no, the foul is called on the floor, so they'll inbound from underneath. The Panthers, they finally get the inbounds pass in with over 90 seconds to go. They trail by 12. Cutting and floating was Noah Capshaw, but he once again couldn't get the shot to fall for 2. Open shooter, Bullock, he Euro steps, misses the layup, but grabs his own miss and takes it back outside to the perimeter. Parker Jr. fouled on the catch.
And now Elwood, just like in the first half, they're finding a lid on the basket. They just can't buy a basket right now.
1:08 now before we begin the fourth quarter, and Elwood trying to do anything they can to make this a manageable comeback effort. But out of Providence has something to say about it. The reverse missed. Pretty look from Brian Parker Jr., but he just couldn't get it all the way down. But a turnover. Parker makes up for it, and he's running down the left side, and he gets the bucket to go and the foul. Brian Parker Jr. playing like a player of the game. A great performance from him. Just so strong to the rim tonight.
Parker with that great, and then made the great defensive play to force that, or to get that and one on the other end. And Providence Cristo Ray on the verge here, it looks like, of pulling away here a little bit.
Well, now, wait a minute. This isn't an and one. The officials signal it on the floor. It looked like they counted the bucket. And here's another stop, an offensive foul against Providence.
Yeah, I thought I saw an and one signal too there.
Well, it's not the NBA.
No.
So that and one would have made it the biggest lead of the game, but instead the bucket does not count. So Elwood catches a break, but can they convert offensively? And it's blocked. Blaze Jones went up the right side, but was denied.
This has been only a 2-point third quarter for Elwood. Cristo Ray's really picked up the defense.
35.1 on the clock. Ball in the corner. It's a drive. They find an open man, and they'll kick out for an open shooter, and that one is drained. It was Corbin Level who knocks down the first 3 of the evening for Elwood. So make it a 5-point quarter and a 9-point deficit.
And a big three-pointer, a much-needed 3 for Elwood.
Heavy pressure, 10 seconds. They find Parker Jr. He looks to drive, kicks out to his open man. 1 to shoot. They'll hoist from the center circle, and it's short. So Elwood just 5 points that quarter. It was Providence Cristo Ray really giving it to the Panthers. They lead 32-23. We're back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
Sports fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
Countdown 3, 2, 1.
Today's game brought to you by Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else if you're looking for fresh, amazing food and servers who truly care about your experience? You've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. All right, 8 minutes to play between Elwood and Providence Cristo Ray. It's the Panthers with a 9-point lead. And there's a triple that goes down for Corbin Level, his second 3 tonight. And that opens the scoring here in this fourth quarter.
That's back-to-back threes for him, and Elwood getting back in this again.
Providence, the runner, it misses left. So a big-time 3 to open this fourth quarter. And here's Level again off the window. Beautiful finish for 2 points. And there, I believe, a turnover. And it will go, a foul called. So not a turnover, but instead of foul. So how about that? 5 points in about 38 seconds for Corbin Level.
And he's on a personal 8-0 run dating back to that last 3 in the third quarter.
So kind of coming out of nowhere, and this thing's a 4-point game. In the blink of an eye, this thing is completely switched, and there's a turnover. It's Elwood basketball.
And you see, once again, that offense is leading the defense. A great defensive play as Elwood's buckling down on the defensive pressure again.
So now a basket here makes this a one-score game out of nowhere, really. It was a 9-point lead heading into this fourth quarter. Level loses the handle, but before it's a fast break for Providence, the officials signal a foul. So it'll stay with Elwood. Underneath, in some trouble, ball tipped around, and who's going to come up with it? It's Providence. Aiden Martinez in the mix defensively there.
He got himself in a little bit of a pickle there under the basket and didn't get a whole lot of help there in a turnover for Elwood.
So a minute gone here this fourth quarter. 4-point game. Brian Parker Jr. to Martinez. Martinez directing traffic up top. And if Martinez wants to be efficient, you got to think he's got to touch this ball in the paint. Parker Jr.'s got it. Dumps to Martinez. Martinez on the drive. Here he is. Float shot. He's rewarded with a foul. And that's good things happen when you drive to that lane. And Martinez will head to the line for 2 free throws. Today's game brought to you by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar of the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Can you volunteer today? Call 317-686-6239. It's Wheeler Mission. And once again, John, connecting at the free throw line. If Providence hasn't been hitting free throws, let's say they were 50% at the free throw line tonight, this thing would be tied. But they've been around 90% at the line today, which, could be the difference here. As I say that one rolls out.
I was going to say before that Martinez was 4 for 4, but I didn't want to say it. I'd let you take the
Here's Wooten using his body, and he's blocked. Oh, my goodness. Add it to the highlight reel for Aiden Martinez. He's been all over the place. A block party for him.
That's about the 4th or 5th block for him tonight. He has been phenomenal defensively.
My goodness.
Well, scoring 12 points.
Open shooter. It's off the rim, and Martinez clears the rebound.
Got a good look on that three-pointer in the corner, just didn't drop.
Bullock, the floater, too short. And a rushed possession there, but still got it to the rim, and Level throws that basketball away. A turnover And 6 minutes to play now. Still plenty of time for Elwood, but if you're Providence, you don't want this to be a 4 or 5 point game. You want to extend this to double digits like it's been for most of the game. Awkward pass in some traffic. Parker Jr. dribbling to defenders, finds Bullock, sets his feet but misses, and Elwood comes up with the board.
Once again, Cristo Ray's gone a little bit cold here from the field.
Level, wide open, straightaway three. He does not convert. It was the cleanest look from three all game for Level, but doesn't get it to go down, and it lead stays at 5 for Cristo Ray. Here's a jumper off the dribble, drew back iron, and it'll be a violation. So 5:09 to play. Elwood with some success to open this quarter, but running into a wall here lately, and Mahmoud checks in for Aiden Martinez. Martinez all over the stat sheet today with points, blocks, and rebounds. He's probably got 4 or 5 blocks today, and he's not done yet.
No, not at all. But here we're talking about Cristo Ray again. Offensive, looks like they're starting to settle again for the outside game, going away from the inside game here again, and it's letting Elwood back in it.
Getting ready for a final stand here with 5 minutes to go. Something we talked about for Elwood was trying to find success from 3, and well, they have found it, but they're still down 5, and Providence on offense after the rebound. Parker gets it out of harm's way, and foul called. It was a reach-in foul against Elwood. And they'll inbound from this near side. Today's broadcast brought to you by LifeWise Academy. LifeWise programs support educators and communities by improving student outcomes. With LifeWise Academy, your community can bring biblical values back into the classroom. And Providence rewarded with a foul near the rim. Call LifeWise Academy today at 614-367-5767.
That's already 3 fouls for Elwood here in the fourth quarter.
Here's the inbound. And they'll take it outside. A travel called. It's Providence Cristo Ray called for a traveling violation. Still a lot of time left. 4.5 to play. Providence's offense has gone cold, but their defense has never left here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, coming up with some big defensive stops. Oh, look out.
Oh, boy. There's Corbin Level, his 3rd triple of the second half.
This is as close as we've been since early in the game.
A wide-open layup, though, for Dalen Bullock, making Elwood pay. So Level got the 3 for Elwood, but Bullock laid it in, and it's back to a 4-point game. Under 4 minutes now. Here's Level, the hero of this second half. Down to Wooten, and he gets the roll off the glass and the foul.
Job for Level there, finding Wooten underneath, getting the and one opportunity. And he can make this a 1-point game.
What a run we're seeing from Elwood. Trailing by 9 at 1 point here. Their biggest deficit was at 13 points, and now a 1-score game with just under 4 minutes to go.
And this is incredibly Elwood's first free throw attempt of the night.
It'll be Connor Wooten, the junior, on the 1-and-1. He banks in the free throw. Actually, not a 1-and-1, an and-one. And he makes it a 3-point play. So a 1-point ball game with around 3.5 minutes to go. And Cristo Ray really trying to find some offense. And before Martinez can drive, a foul is called against Elwood. And that is the 4th foul. So one more foul, and Providence is in the bonus. And they've been awfully good at free throws tonight.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, Cristo Ray's only missed 3 free throws all night.
Actually, that actually does put Cristo Rey into the bonus. So it is the 5th foul. So for the final 3:42, Providence will be shooting free throws every time there's a foul. Can they convert? The first one drops in. So it's 2 shots for Savion Mahmoud, who's starting to come on strong here to make it a 3-point game. Here's the free throw, and it's true. So Providence continues to convert at the free throw line. And here's a press break that's in a lot of trouble. And a whistle blows the play dead. It's an Elwood timeout. Elwood did not like the look. A very smart timeout. It's a 30-second one, so we'll keep this right here. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Morales Group Staffing. We're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and the community we share. Whether you're looking for the right career or the perfect candidate, we're here to help. Call us today at 317-472-7600. So here in the huddle, 3-point game, Cristo Rey struggling on offense. How can they break this scoring drought?
Yeah, look, they're starting to settle offensively from the outside, and that's not what's been working. If you're Cristo Rey, you've had the advantage inside all night long. Just kind of surprised to see them try to go to the outside game. They've been able to hang on to the lead this point. That was a great timeout there for Elwood because that was leaning toward a 10-second violation the whole way.
So they still need to cross half court here. And they will. 3.5 minutes left. Here's Level in the corner, and it's too strong. Wooten fighting for the board. He's got it, and I thought he traveled,
I did too.
I thought that was a travel. The officials do not call it. Open shooter again. This one from the right wing, and this game's tied up. A tie ball game with 3 to play. That one good from Blaze Jones. So the 3-pointers flying for Elwood, and we're all tied up 37 apiece. Martinez trying to get back on the tally. He goes up left side, not rewarded with a foul. He was pleading for one. Jones, kick out. No, they won't shoot the 3 that early.
Yeah, now you've got this game tied. So now if you're Elwood, you can be a little bit more patient.
Jones picks up the dribble, finds Wooten. Wooten level, and he is met by heavy, heavy pressure. And here's Jones, top of the key. Elwood's got the lead, 40-37. Back-to-back triples for Blaze Jones. And that's the 5th 3 this half for Elwood. Oh, my goodness. What a switch. It was a 9-point deficit going into this quarter. And now Elwood's got a 3-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Parker Jr. kick out to Wingo. Wingo doesn't like the look. He'll take it back outside.
Yeah, still 2 minutes. No reason to force anything here if you're Cristo Rey.
Parker Jr. Nowhere to go. Kick out. Wingo for 3. Too strong. And Wooten's there for the board. And can they cross half court? And is that a foul call? A timeout called for Cristo Rey. Let's see if it's a 30 or a full. It's a full timeout. So we will step aside. Providence Cristo Rey in some trouble, down by 3. We'll back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
A great lawn starts with the right equipment. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we're here to help you make mowing easier and more enjoyable. From zero turns to lawn tractors, John Deere mowers give you the power, precision, and comfort to get the job done right. Plus, with expert service and support from Reynolds, you can spend less time worrying about your mower and more time enjoying the results. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
So welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School, and the Wolves in some trouble. Down by 3 with 1:40 to go. They had a 9-point lead, and it has since been erased, and there's a turnover against Elwood. So a huge break for Cristo Rey here.
I was just getting ready to say Cristo Rey does have a foul to give, so they can be a little aggressive, but Elwood just gave them a turnover.
90 seconds left. The Wolves down by 3. And they don't need to settle for a three-pointer. Right. They can still attack this rim. Right now the ball hovering around the perimeter. Here's Bullock. Finds Parker Jr. Jr. once again to take it back out. Parker Jr. in the corner, trying to fight his way to the rim. He loses the handle. It's a turnover. And now a minute to go. Elwood in no hurry to shoot this ball. In fact, they probably won't shoot it. Oh, it's tipped away. It's saved for the time being. And Levels got it, and he's fouled. Oh, my. Providence so close to a fast break layup.
I have no idea how Elwood was able to hang on to possession of that ball. I mean, it was Cristo Rey had a fast break written all over, just could not corral the basketball.
Oh, goodness. 48 seconds. Now, we've seen a lot of turnovers from both sides, so Elwood not exactly safe yet. They still need to make safe passes, but if you're Providence, you got to go with some traps here, right?
Yeah, you have to. You're going to have to start playing the foul game because Elwood, and then they've got a foul right there.
A foul. That's against Corbin Level. So that's the fourth foul. One more foul, and Elwood's in the bonus. That's the fifth foul. So Elwood now in the bonus for 2 free throws here. And it'll be the sharpshooter, Corbin Level, the senior guard for Elwood. And he's at the line, and he drops in the first one. Now a 2-score game. What a comeback for Elwood. What a comeback. Down by 13 at one point, just kind of double-digit deficit for most of the game. And here in this fourth quarter, they've just really taken it to Providence here. Clock not started, and now it is. 40 seconds. Ball out of bounds. Wingo's got it.
You have to start moving now if you're down 5.
Parker Jr., the jump shot, it drops in. So a 1-score game, 27 seconds, and Providence would like a timeout. Ryan Van Skyek wants the timeout, a 3-point game. Elwood's coach is very upset. Some words being exchanged, and it's a full timeout.
Yeah, he is not a happy camper down there on the court. You don't need a technical at this point.
No, you don't. We'll keep it right here. You see the officials, the coaches arguing. I think, I'm going to speculate. I think Elwood's coach is upset that Providence got that timeout off, maybe.
I don't know
That's
if
my
it's
guess.
that or, I think he thought there was a little bit of extra contact underneath the basket, too, that was kind of let go. I think maybe that played into it, too. Officials are having a discussion here about something.
So a 3-point game, still enough time for Providence to force a turnover and try to get a steal. You don't need to foul on the catch, right?
No. I would try and get maybe even a couple steals, and then after that you probably need to foul.
So the officials in conversation right now. Trying to get the clock right. It's a 27.7. So you think maybe around 15 seconds or so?
I don't know if I'd wait that long.
Okay.
I'd maybe go to about 20.
Okay.
And
few attempts at a steal. And once they cross half court, then you'd probably foul.
And they are setting up the press.
So let's see. The press worked in the first half. And here we go. Providence needs a steal to try to come back in this one. They inbound to Jones. Now it's Level. And it's intercepted. It's to Parker Jr., who puts in the layup. The press works to perfection, and a timeout is called. What a steal by Bullock and a beautiful layup from Parker. And it's a 1-point game with 20.0 on the clock.
Final timeout for Cristo Rey. But, yeah, that press has been effective a couple times, and it worked right there.
So it's another full timeout. We'll keep it here. And in that huddle, Providence, they've got momentum now.
They do, and you know you're going to see the press again. Now, if you're Elwood, you've got to see, instead of forcing anything, you still have 2 timeouts. So if you get yourself in trouble, don't force anything and try and force another turnover. You've got those 2 timeouts in your back pocket.
You just need, if you're Elwood and Scott Miller, if you're Elwood and Ryan Van Skyuk, then you need to draw up a play to get an open guy to catch this inbounds pass.
Yeah, you're going to see a serious press attack again, like you just saw from Cristo Rey. We got to find a way to be able to break that. Even if Elwood's able to break and get to the free throw line, even if he makes both, you're still looking at a 1-score game.
So they still got to go the length of the floor. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see that press. It worked to perfection. The steal and then the wide-open layup. Let's see, do they have another steal in them for Cristo Rey? It's inbounded to Jones. Jones double-teamed, and a jump ball. Oh. Is that a jump ball?
Yep.
And Providence, they have possession.
Oh, boy.
This is Providence Cristo Rey basketball here. So back-to-back presses work. But the Wolves need a bucket here. Let's see what they do. They inbound to Parker Jr. 14 seconds. Ball in the corner. Here we go. It's Wingo with it. 10 seconds. He's still around the perimeter. 5 seconds. No timeouts. 4 seconds. Here they are on the drive. They miss. Oh, a foul called at the last second. Oh, my goodness. Providence Cristo Rey, they led for the majority of this game, and then down by 3 with 30 seconds, they get the 2 steals, and now a chance to take the lead here at the free throw line. And that's left to Brian Parker Jr. He can be the hero.
It's 4 for 5 tonight at the free throw line.
He's answered all night long. Does he have 2 more free throws in him? The first one is up, and it's swished. We're tied at 42, 1.9. You see the crowd going crazy. This could do it.
I think make or miss. If Elwood gets the you're going to see an immediate timeout here.
Parker Jr. all alone, isolated at the free throw line. The game on the line. He takes his dribbles. He rises for the win. It's too strong. Mitchell's there. He goes up for the win. No. He misses at the horn. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Martinez, not Mitchell. Martinez had it, but he just couldn't get it to go down, and we're headed to overtime. 42-42. And we'll send it to a quick break. Back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
Poached egg on avocado toast.
Ew.
Your flash fried porgy over chips.
Ew.
Your fresh main lobster with microgreens.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles.
She's fine. She's fine.
Your waffles, milady.
It matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry-out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Back at Providence Cristo Rey High School, I'm Charlie Harris, joined by John Lester. And, John, what an end of regulation. That's all I can say.
How about that exciting finish, huh? And why not play 4 more minutes here as 32 minutes yet to decide it? And, boy, this has been a fun one, especially here in the second half.
How about Elwood coming back down 9 at the end of the third and going on an improbable run? But then Elwood up by 3. Then it was Providence making a comeback of their own with 30 seconds, and they do so to tie it up.
And how about those defended the press on Elwood, and it created those 2 turnovers late and gave Providence Cristo Rey a chance here and sends this game to overtime.
So 4 minutes on the clock. For Providence, it's been Brian Parker Jr. that's been everywhere in the final stages. So both sides at center court, ready for overtime. And we're underway for OT. It's Providence that wins the tip. Early paint touch. Martinez, no. Fight for his own board. And he is called for a foul, an over-the-back foul against Aiden Martinez.
Now this will be 2 fouls do not reset going into overtime, so we're still in the penalty 2 shots here.
So Elwood just 10 seconds off the clock. It's going to be in the hands of Connor Wooten, the junior forward, with 2 free throws here and a chance for a good start to this overtime period. Wooten's had a couple of shots earlier today. Here's the first free throw. It's cash. A perfect swish. Wooten looks awfully comfortable at the line. The second free throw banks. And a lane violation against Elwood. So 3:50 to play. Providence, their offense has gone cold over the last 8 minutes or so, but when it mattered most, they got the job done. Parker Jr. on the drive, the shot swirls out.
Now, may have a free throw contest here at this overtime period.
So Parker Jr. will head to the line for 2 free throws. He just went 1 of 2. He had a chance to take the lead with 1.9 seconds, but he missed the second free throw too strong. And here he is with a chance for redemption in overtime to give his team the lead. Takes his time, lines up the first free throw and knocks it down. So tied up 43-43 apiece. Parker Jr., you could argue he'd be the player of the game here tonight. And the second free throw bounces off the rim. So tied up 43-43. And the ball's tipped away. Providence thinks it's their ball, and it is. It'll be Wolves basketball.
15 turnovers now on the night for Elwood.
(43-43). 3.5 minutes. Providence trying to hang on at home and go on a 2-game winning streak. Parker Jr., the drive, the finish, no! He couldn't get the and one to go, so Parker Jr. goes back to the free throw line. How does that layup not go down?
That did everything but drop.
Oh, goodness. So Parker Jr. has been at the free throw line an awful lot these last few sequences. He lines up his feet and misses short on the first one. So Parker Jr., he's 2 of his last 5 at the line. Officials making sure there hopefully should not be a lane violation on the second free throw. So Parker Jr. just missed the first. Here's the second. It's on its way, and it's good. So a 1-point lead for Providence. Here's that press. And Elwood struggled an awful lot with his press to end regulation, but that's time they break it, but they throw it away. They hand it right to the Wolves. And the Wolves very content with slowing this game down in no rush. Dalen Bullock directs traffic from the top of the key. And, you know, if you're Providence, why not take a minute off the clock here?
Yes, with the lead, you could settle that, and now you get bailed out with a foul there.
So free throws coming. This time it'll be Keandre Wingo who will head to the free throw line. He's been quiet the second half. He got the scoring started in the first quarter with a few layups. But he's been a good facilitator here tonight for Providence in their offense. But now a chance to extend the lead. 44-43, Wingo at the free throw line. Here's the first, and he knocks it down. So it does seem like, John, the difference in overtime could come down to free throws.
It's going to be a free throw contest here in overtime, it does appear.
Wingo pounds the ball. Here's the second free throw, and it's no good. Wooten grabs the miss.
Boy, despite Cristo Ray having a good night at the free throw line, they've missed 4 of their last 8 here down the stretch.
So possession stays with Elwood. They did cross half court already. Here's Blaise Jones, ball in the corner. 2-point game. You don't need a 3 by any means. You just need a good shot. And why not give it to Corbin Level, who's been on fire?
He's almost single-handedly the one that brought Elwood back in this game.
Find a pass towards the baseline. Back to Level. Level, nowhere to shoot. He'll hoist up a wild shot, but it goes right to the hands of Connor Wooten. So it works as an assist, really. And it's tied up.
Right place, right time for Wooten to follow there. 2 to go.
45-45. Under 2 minutes to go.
Kind of surprised he didn't take that shot there, but Providence, Cristo Ray gonna
probably smart. Parker Jr. drives left side. He gets fouled. And this has got to be about the 10th to 12th free throw he'll be shooting here tonight.
He is currently 7 for 11.
You'd love to go 2 for 2 at the line here. He's gone 1 for 2 his last couple trips. And a couple of subs to come in. And the officials organizing something. It's unclear what it is, and I believe it's substitution. So it'll act as, a 30-second timeout. But officials say, hey, get back to the free throw line. This isn't a timeout. So now, here come the free throws for Parker Jr., and that one clanks off the front iron. So rough go of it here in overtime for Brian Parker Jr. at the line.
Yeah, he's missed some key ones here. Missed the one that probably would have won it in regulation, and he's missed 3 here in overtime.
Here he is at the line. The second one is up, and it's a swish. So a 1-point edge for Providence. Blaise Jones looking to break the press. He finds Level. Level down low, and it's blocked. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. It'll be Cristo Ray ball.
That'll be about 8 or 9 blocks for them tonight.
All over the place.
Yes.
Flying to the ball. So let's see if Elwood can employ a press of their own.
Now with the lead, you can be more patient on the offensive end.
Here it comes. The inbound to Wingo.
There is some press.
Wingo's going down the left side. He breaks it. Oh, it's right in the hands of Wooten. It was stripped loose. And Elwood's got it. It's Jones. And timeout called.
Good timeout there. You got 3 of them here in overtime.
Elwood felt like they were out of control. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment on Indiana SRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Hello and welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School. I'm Charlie. Here is joined by John Lester in a 1-point game here in overtime. Elwood on offense here. Ball inbounded, pump fake, and foul call. It's a foul against Aiden Martinez, and it will send Elwood to the free throw line.
Martinez claiming he was standing straight up, but they're going to get the foul call on him.
So now it's Noah Capshaw, the freshman, here at the free throw line with 2 huge free throws here. Upshaw's first is too strong, but he can tie it with the second one. To tie the game at 46 apiece. Upshaw, the free throw, he buries it. So we're tied up at 46. Providence, once again, John, you got to think, don't rush into a shot here.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how they play this out with 70 seconds. Are they very patient to try and run that clock down, or are they going to try and just take their first good shot? We'll see how they play this here.
Do you think there's a chance they hold for the final shot?
I think it's possible. I think it's very possible, especially the way this game, because if you're looking at as this game's going, looks like both teams, the legs are pretty much on empty here at this point.
Parker, the layup, no. He grabs his own miss. Once again, no. Who's got the ball? Bodies everywhere on the ground, and it's a Providence timeout.
Wow.
They give Providence the timeout. It was unclear if they really had possession, but they give them the timeout anyway.
That's their only timeout here of overtime.
So now it will be Providence ball with a minute left on the clock, and I have a feeling they could hold this to the final shot here.
I think they're going to run it down. I really do think you're going to see them hold this and try and get the best possible shot. I don't think you're going to see them put it up anytime soon. So now we'll see, how do you play for Elwood? Do you put, I know you're on the forecourt, but do you put some pressure on the inbounder knowing Providence Cristo Rey's out of timeouts? I might put a man on the inbounder.
A foul, if Elwood records a foul, then that puts Providence at the line for 2 free throws. But also if you're Providence with a minute on the clock, you have to have safe dribbles and safe passes before you can even lead up to the final shot.
Yeah, turnovers have been a problem tonight. So, yeah, Cristo Rey, you cannot. The last thing you need in this situation is a turnover.
So the ball to be inbounded from under the basket. 44 seconds left in overtime, tied up at 46 apiece. Inbound. They're struggling to find a man. It's a turnover off the inbound. Elwood's got it now. Here's the press. Blaze Jones dribbles out of traffic, and Ryan Van Skyuk calls a timeout for Elwood.
All right, so now you got the steal. Now if you're Elwood, I think it's going to be the exact same situation as Cristo Rey was in. I think you run this down and try and get the best shot you can. You do not want to give Cristo Rey much time on the offensive end. So I think if you're Elwood, you're going to see them kind of milk this possession.
And we'll step aside for a brief moment. Elwood and Providence tied up in overtime.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey sports fans, are you ready to get even closer to all the action with IndianaSRN? Subscribe now and never miss a moment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get instant access to exclusive live streams. Stay updated with real-time scores and breaking news by following us on Twitter, your ultimate source for everything Indiana sports related. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and smash that follow on Twitter. Join the IndianaSRN family today and take your passion for high school and college sports to the next level.
39.2 on the clock. Here's a full court press break. Blaze Jones crosses over, finds an open guy, and they'll take it slowly here with 30 seconds. Jones on the drive. Kick out to level, and they'll continue to circle around. Here's 20 seconds. Now you can think about going to the rim. And is that another timeout?
Yep, final timeout, Elwood.
So we'll keep it here. No timeouts for either side. There's around 15 seconds left. And if you're Elwood, who do you go to?
I think you have to go to the man that's try to get it to level. He's pretty much almost single-handedly gotten you back in this game here in the second half, and he's had the hot hand. I think you have to try to find level if you can.
Let's see. So with 15-20 seconds or so, you don't want to waste too much time because you don't want to get into a situation where there's 4 seconds and you're still trying to run your play. I feel like you run this play immediately here.
I think you maybe see him go down to about 8 or 9 seconds, then try and run something because you want to give yourself a chance. Like you just said, you don't want to run it too far down. If you get a missed shot, you want a chance for an offensive rebound, try to get it back, but you also don't want to shoot it too early to give Cristo Rey. So I say about 8 or 9 seconds.
And this situation is a coach's dream, right? You have 15 seconds. It's tied up in overtime. You're in the huddle. You can draw up the perfect play. So we'll see if Elwood draws up the perfect play here.
And you said it, they've got to be able to inbound the ball because they do not have any more timeouts. So if you're Cristo Rey, I mean, your press has worked. I think you've got to pressure the inbounder here.
Here we go. 17.2 on the clock. 46-46. Elwood trying to go for it all here. And here's the inbound. They get it into Blaze Jones. Jones tries to cross half court. Doesn't, and now he does. 10 seconds. Here's the double. It's over to Corbin Level with 8. Now it's tipped away. It stays with Elwood, though.
So now 6.9, you're going to have to try to set something up now pretty much off the inbound.
Here it is. It's into Jones. Jones to his man at the rim, missing, and that ends this overtime. 46-46. We're headed to double overtime at Providence. Cristo Rey will be back in a moment on IndianaSRN.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the...
So we weren't satisfied with one overtime. So I guess we decided to send it to two of them.
Let's do this again.
Both teams, they might make friends with each other at the end of this.
This is going to be interesting because Elwood's coming off that overtime game last night to Blue River Valley, and now you're about on the second night in a row, now into a double overtime. So their legs, are got to be close to empty on the gas tank.
And Elwood, they lost 65-63 in OT a day ago. And so let's see if they have the guts to pull this thing out on the road. The tip is won by Elwood. Here's Blaze Jones. Looks to cut inside. Foul is called. Officials calling everything here. And so now Blaze Jones to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jones lines up the first, and it's true. I would love to see the free throw numbers at the end of this game. There's been a ton of them shot, especially in overtime. And plenty more to come here for the final 4 minutes. Jones, he's 1 for 1, and to make it 2 for 2, he does. So a hot start and double OT for Elwood, 2-point lead.
Well, Jones now with 12 points for Elwood tonight.
Parker Jr., the drive, the finish, and the foul. No, they say it's on the floor. So Brian Parker Jr. will go to the line for 2 free throws instead of an and one. Junior's been everywhere tonight. Let's see if he can pull this thing out.
17 points for Parker tonight.
And Providence to huddle up here.
I think we had a player foul out for Elwood, so you get that basic free timeout.
Yeah, it's that stage of the game. Yeah. Foul trouble, really a problem. Yeah. So now it's Brian Parker Jr. A chance to tie it up back at 48. And he buries the first one. So make it 18 points for Brian Parker Jr.
9 of 14 at the free throw line for Parker.
And the second one is up. And no good.
Lane violation, I believe.
So they'll give another free throw? Or it's the violation against Providence. So Elwood a 1-point lead now.
That press again.
Oh, it's intercepted. Back for 3. It's Bullock, and it doesn't go down. They grab the offensive board, though, and go back to work. But Wooten grabs that miss. So a missed opportunity for Providence there after forcing the turnover. Blaze Jones tries to pull up, and it no good off the glass. Grabs his own miss, kicks out. Here's the lefty who misses the 3 ball. And Wooten.
That's a heck of a play.
Wooten threw it off Cristo Ray, and this thing stays with Elwood.
That's a whale of a play to keep possession.
Wow. Clutch efforts from Connor Wooten, the junior forward, giving his team the ball. They inbound to Blaze Jones in the deep corner. And Jones to take it back outside. Here he is getting a screen. In the lane now, double teamed, and kicks it back outside. Here's Wooten. Open shooter from the baseline. It's an air ball. but Elwood retains possession. Here's a triple, and they won't get it off. A timeout is called by Elwood. So we'll step aside for a brief moment. 48-47 the score.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw. Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen, skip pass, Mays with 3. Mays drive, floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30, block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there, and finally, somebody gets on the board.
All right, back to the action here in double OT. Elwood, a 1-point lead, and they have possession after a few offensive rebounds. And they're doing everything but inbound the ball. All right, here come the Panthers. Ball in the corner to Jones, and Jones will take it around the horn. Here comes the double. Can he dribble out of traffic? He gets a screen. Now in the lane. Goes up right hand and out of bounds. It'll go to Providence.
That was not a good offensive possession that time for Elwood, but credit the Cristo Ray defense. And now a chance for them to go in front here.
2.5 minutes left in double overtime. It's Keandre Wingo who brings the ball up past half court. Let's see what Cristo Ray comes with. Right elbow jump shot. No good. The putback does go, though. It was Dalen Bullock who put it in. Actually, sorry, that was Keandre Wingo who put that back in. So Cristo Ray has the lead, and they got a turnover. Momentum back in the Wolves' way now. A 1-point lead, under 2 minutes.
And with under 2, I think you're going to see a very, very slow offensive possession. No reason to rush if you're Cristo Ray at this point.
You know, should they even try to take a shot?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they try and take the air out of it. Well,
ball's loose. Jones trying to dive on it. Ball out of bounds. It is Providence ball. Elwood can't believe it. Blaze Jones slipped as he went for the loose ball.
Looked like he might have been trying to call a timeout there, but he was in the process of going out of bounds. You're probably not going to get that timeout call.
So now 90 seconds on the clock. It's Wingo, who's content with just dribbling around the perimeter here. Now it's in the corner, back to Wingo, and they'll get it to the top of the key with Aiden Martinez. Martinez dumps off to his point guard. 20 seconds taken off the clock. And it kind of feels like John Providence not going to shoot here. And a foul call, a blocking foul, so free throws to come for Providence. And now these are two big ones to pull away. You need these 2 free throws to feel comfortable. And it's guess who? Brian Parker Jr., who's, 9 of 15 at the line
Parker's
today?
been making a living at the free throw line tonight. Yeah, 9 of 15, yeah.
So here he is. To make it a 3-point game. The first shot up, and it's good. So a 2-point lead for Cristo Ray with 1 minute and 4 seconds. Parker Jr. ready for the second free throw to make it a 3-point game. He can't do it. And a foul called on the rebound. So I believe Elwood will shoot free throws here.
Yeah, and over the back foul there. So, yep, Elwood a chance to tie this game up once again.
Oh, my goodness. This time it'll be Bryce Schuler, 33. I've not seen him in the game all day. Schuler, the first free throw is good. It bounces in off the back iron.
You get the friendly rims on the road sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so here's Schuler to tie the game up at 50 apiece. The second one is up, and it's good. We're tied up at 50 here in double overtime. Here's Keandre Wingo crossing half court.
Now let's see if Cristo Ray does try and pick this as far down as they can.
Parker Jr. tries the floater and misses. Grabs his own miss and puts it in for 2 points.
I thought that might have been an early shot, but he got his own rebound, and they end up getting 2 points out of it.
And they're going to try to press. It's Wooten with it in the corner to take the lead. It's short. Offensive board, and the putback goes, and the foul. Elwood not being denied. And what are they calling here? They're calling it an and one.
Yeah, I got the hack on.
So it's Blaze Jones to take the lead here. Blaze Jones at the line to take the lead. And he gets it to go. 53-52, 30 seconds left. Here we go. It's now or never, John.
Now, if you're Cristo Ray, you're going to have to go. You're behind one, so you're going to have to go a little earlier than you would if the game was tied. So I think about 12 seconds.
15 seconds to go. Ball down low, baseline, it rolls out. Who comes up with it? And the officials give it to Providence. Providence basketball. Okay. Here it is, 8.9. And they're going to wipe down the floor here.
About the same spot we saw it in the first quarter.
You might as well. You might as well. What a game this has been. I did not anticipate this type of game when we started.
I did not either. No. This has been a doozy.
It has delivered. And I believe Providence to call a timeout here. So we'll keep it here. It's a full timeout. 8.9 on the clock. Charlie here is joined with John Lester. John, Providence, they've been in this spot probably 5 times at this point, but what can you do now?
Well, here's the thing. You're down 1, so I think right off the inbound, you're going to have to be looking for a shot because you're going to have to give yourself a chance for a rebound on a miss, or if you don't get it, you have to have an immediate foul. So I think you're going to have to be looking for a shot here right off the inbound.
And you think it should be at the rim, right? You
You
don't want to settle for a jump shot, right?
I think if you can get a shot inside, that's definitely where you want to go with it.
Who would you go to as the scorer here?
I think if you can find underneath
Aiden
Martinez, yeah, his name escaped me there. Sorry about that. He's been the hot hand. I think you're going to have to try to find him.
Isn't it weird they haven't gone to him in overtime?
I was kind of surprised why, we haven't seen a lot of him. Of course, Parker's an option 2. He's pretty much fit you through the overtime session. So
here we go, 8.9. This should be the game. If you make a bucket, then you take the lead. Here it is. It's on the inbound. It's flail in the air, and it's no good. And Elwood comes up with it. It'll be the senior Corbin Level to shoot 2 and make it a 3-point game.
Looked like he kind of lost the ball on his way up to the shooting that ball at the rim there.
And you were right. They went straight up. They wasted no time. They tried to grab their own miss. It didn't work out. And now enough time, John, to where if Elwood makes or misses these free throws, you have enough time to at least hoist a shot.
You do. And depending on these free throws, And he makes the first one. Now, if he makes this one, make it a 3-point game, now you're talking into the old do you foul thing on the up 3.
So here we go. Level, the senior leader, and he's got both of them. 3-point ball game, 5.3. Here we go. It's Keandre Wingo past half court, and he's going to take it all the way to the rim, and he's bailed out with a foul call.
That's it.
And official signal ball game. They say this thing is over. Wingo didn't know the score. But even if it was a 2-point game, he would have missed regardless. So let's see what the dealio here is.
I think they're saying game over.
Yeah,
one of this from one of the officials.
I think that's the ball game. Elwood in the post-game lines. So one final explanation. And, yeah, that's a wrap, folks. That's the final, a double overtime thriller. Elwood takes it home. And get this, John, Elwood, 9 wins. They have 9 wins, Elwood does. The first time they've had 9 wins in a season since 2013. I believe I was in 5th grade, and I'm a senior in college now. So how about that for Elwood in double overtime?
You have to applaud Elwood for, like we mentioned, you're coming off a heartbreaking overtime loss the night before. You have to admire the fight out of this Elwood team tonight to fight off a second overtime game in a row and coming out and get this hard-fought win over Cristo Rey.
So Cristo Rey, they had a 13-point lead at one point. They had a commanding lead for most of the game, just couldn't find a way to win this one.
Yeah, and the offhand credit Elwood's defense there at the end. They made some critical defensive stops there at the end of the game. And Cristo Rey's free throws through the first 4 quarters were great. But the free throw shooting kind of let them down a little bit there in those 2 overtimes. But credit Elwood. You got to have your hats off to Elwood for the fight they showed tonight.
And so that will do it. Elwood improves to 9-11. And Providence Cristo Rey, they fall to 9-11. Both teams with the same record. Thank you all for watching this double overtime thriller. I'm Charlie Harris alongside John Lester saying so long from Providence Cristo Rey High School.